pretty much good to go here now. All right, let me make sure I got the YouTube streams up. Let's change this to live. Okay, yeah, we're starting early, like 25 minutes early, all right, because of a bunch of requests. So we're gonna chat about some of the stuff. I'm gonna we're gonna just do Q&A until 20 minutes from now. Okay, what the hell is going on in this? Yeah, okay, so the addressing, since pretty much it's just members here right now, or supporters here, addressing what that one guy brought up. First of all, like I said, if you get banned, I don't care. We tell you that you can get banned. We don't care if you get banned. This is not something we are selling. We're giving away for free, and we're actively telling people. Oh, you cannot hear me? My stuff is definitely coming through. It's just you. It's just you. But yeah, I don't care if you get banned. None of this organization does not care if you get banned. All right, we are actively reaching out to developers to block this stuff. They are dumb and not trying to ban this. You will not get banned unless you are dumb in game. Yes, people get banned from this all the time. There's usually at least one a week, and they will say something about it in chat. But it doesn't matter because there's literally a bunch of other people playing with it. It's best. They're usually banned because they're doing it with 60 or 40 or less CPS, and they have it literally on all the time. I mean, literally on. They literally, like, when you think of someone being stupid, that is them, and they deserve their ban. If you get banned, you deserve it also. What you should be doing is prepping for Rootkit's international competition next year. International competition next year. All right? Everything you do to modify and perfect your aimbot is going to be valid for you to utilize during our competition next year, and the prize pool is already $1,000 US dollars, and we're trying to get it up to 10,000 US dollars. So if you want to make some money, then use the bot, perfect your bot. We will release our own game or game mode on either it'll be original IP or it's going to be a game mode on, I don't know, something like Gary's Mod or Sandbox if that releases, or something else. We'll see. But it's going to be specific for aimbot stuff. All right? It's not going to be, we might have just, people queue and fight and whoever's last, wins as one of them, but there's going to be multiple game modes specific to test the limits of your aimbot and how well you programmed it. All right? Now, any questions so far before we move on? You guys can't hear anyone? Am I just talking to myself right now? I can't hear anymore. Am I just talking to myself? Who can hear me? If you can hear me, put something in chat. Who can hear me? Testing, testing. Put it in chat. Put it in chat. Can no one hear me? Can anyone hear me? Can you guys hear me now? Testing, testing, testing. I don't know what's going on with the Discord. Hold on one second. Properties. Okay. Streamlabs says it's good. I see my audio coming on Streamlabs. Discord says my audio is good too. I am not quite sure what's going on with you guys. Oh, excuse me. Let me pull up the... Someone check on YouTube or something. Yeah, let me send up the YouTube link. share, copy, here. I'm not quite sure. Can any of you guys hear me? Test, 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 blah, blah, blah. This is quite annoying because I can't really modify the YouTube delay if you guys can't hear me. I'm pretty sure this is a Discord issue. Better Cloud is typing. Well, this is awkward. This is what we get for starting early. Yeah, talking on YouTube, but Discord seems bugged. All right. So everyone pile over to YouTube, I guess. Testing, 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 testing. Can you guys hear me or not? I guess the Discord is completely bugged. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Discord is bugged. Go to YouTube. Discord is bugged. Go to YouTube. Discord is bugged. Go to YouTube. Yeah, what's up? Can you hear me on Discord, Village Slayer? If you can hear me on Discord, put it in the Discord chat. If not, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and put something in the YouTube chat once you're there. Is bugged. Go to YouTube. Let's copy this. Discord is bugged. Go to YouTube. Let's put it in here. 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 I see phone YouTube hits different. All right, I got one person talking on the YouTube. Is anyone else before we get moving here? Because I'm not gonna be repeating myself. Wow, what an asshole. Subs only. What type of question is that? Subs only. If you're not subbed to us on YouTube, you cannot talk in the comment section. It's a 5-minute delay after you sub. So you better sub to the damn channel. What the hell are you? How are you not supporting us like that? Alright, I see people are slowly rolling in. Slowly rolling in. Alright. We're going to wait like a couple more minutes here for people to roll in. Wait a few more minutes. All right. Okay, we got 3. Who else is here in the chat? Can you put some comments in here? Because I got 3 people it says on the YouTube chat. Where is everyone else? Oh, now it says we got 6 viewers. I don't know where the rest of the viewers are. I'm not here. All right. I don't know where the rest of the viewers are. Maybe they're on X or the. I don't know why people watch on Twitch. Screw that platform. Twitch and YouTube, I'm so happy for the death of them. It's slowly happening. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to start because I'm done waiting for people. I've already spammed that message a million times everywhere. Okay. I don't know why the Discord's not working. I'll still stay in the Discord and stream in there just in case. But everyone else, yeah, definitely tell all your friends and neighbors to get their asses over here to the YouTube. Now, the YouTube stream is delayed by like 10, 20 seconds. So if you put something in there, you're going to have to give me a second to like, catch up to you on the stream because it is delayed. All right, first of all, like I was saying before, but I guess I was muted so no one could hear me. If you get banned from using any of this stuff, I don't care. Our whole organization doesn't care. That's not the point of it. We actively try to reach out to game devs and companies to have this patch. We actively do it. We've been doing it for years, and they have not complied. So, that's their problem. But if you get banned, I don't care. No one here is going to care. This is for education, all right? We care here about education. Now, the only people that have gotten banned to this date, there are people that have been banned. If you say that your stuff is unbannable or unhackable, that's a lie. Yeah, most of them have been using it in the stupidest ways. All right, a dog could see that they're botting. All right, don't feel mercy for them. Who cares about them? I don't care about them. Yeah, we're here for teaching. All right, we are an elitist organization. I don't want anyone to be confused. Like, we really do not care about people unless they give a shit and are here to learn. If you're not here to learn, we don't give a shit about you. We don't care about you. We don't care about what you do and how dumb you are. All right, we care about the few. All right, the people that are really gems, and we're gonna take them places. We're gonna make sure they're rich and wealthy and knowledgeable. All right, everywhere else, I don't care about you. Right? I don't care about you. Don't lie to me. I already know from like 2 seconds after you join our community what type of person you are. Right? It's very obvious. All right. So moving forward, the new launcher has launched, and some people think it's the launcher that's quote unquote may or may not get you banned. That's not how launchers work, and the launcher will not get you banned. All right? The only way a launcher is going to get you banned is if they put a filter specifically for finding that launcher, but that's even hard to do and kind of a stretch to a point because you can't hash it because the hash changes every single time. You can't really go off names because anyone can call anything they run an AI Aimbot launcher, right? So that's not really how that works. Additionally, the bot doesn't run from the launcher. That's not how it works. The bot does not run from the launcher. The bot is an independent Python program that is spun up pretty much the exact same way as if you were to launch the bot yourself from the code. All right? The launcher isn't going to get you freaking banned, right? Again, we don't care if you get banned or not. I'm not doing ban checks. I don't play FPSs, all right? We don't care. It's purely for fun and prep for Rootkits International next year. If you are not tracking what Rootkits International is, it's in the launcher. It tells you about it a little bit. You should be preparing for that. Go gather a team of people. We already have $1,000 in the prize pool, and we're trying to grow it to $10,000 for the prize pool. What is this? Right now we're planning for end of summer, fall. We are launching either a custom game mode or a custom game entirely for a competitive scene for AI bots, right? For AI bots exclusively. So if you want to compete and win money, then continue learning and develop your AI bot because it's going to be a lot of fun, right? You have literally until right now, until later on, right? It's an international competition, right? So you can participate from anywhere. Don't worry about how good your computer is. We're going to have a rig that everyone's stuff is going to run on, all right? For most of the competition, all right? So pretty much you'll submit your code to us. We will do a code review, and then we will run your stuff on the various different competitions. So it's on the same machine, same results, same everything. That, or we might set up some AWS resources for you guys to stream your data to. More details will come out soon. Don't worry about it. More details will come out soon. All right. I've learned so much already. All right. Yes, type W for the cool people who want to try to get a cool coding job. Are you looking at YouTube chat and Discord? I'm looking at both. If you can hear me on Discord, you are free to type in the Discord. Yes, I am looking at the Discord chat. I see that you just posted in the Discord chat. I have both of them open. Does the AI have to make all inputs in this? No. Is it okay for human plus AI assisted? Yes. From the way the world is going, AI is going to be a big thing. Yes, we are on top of it. We are on the cutting edge. We are starting the AI competitive scene, and it's starting now. It has started right now. So start learning, get prepared, because everything you learn right now is going to be fire. Everything that you submit to us for the competition has to be usable via the launcher. And we're going to go through all that today, all right? Today's going to be a fun day. So let's talk about, let's go ahead and jump in and talk about the launcher, shall we? Since we've bought some time here. If you have questions, just go ahead and drop them. The launcher has dropped. We're on currently version 1.2.1. Now, by the end of this week, I will launch another version, 1.2.2, just for some final bug fixes. Right? There are some known bugs out there. We will go over those. I'm not going to be most likely I'm not going to fix them until January. Right? I'm not going to fix them until January. They're not vital. All right? They're just really, really annoying. Right? They're just really, really annoying. I'm going to post this again everywhere because people, I don't know if these people, if you're in the Discord and you can hear me, please put it in the chat or else join the YouTube. All right. So, the new launcher has launched, all right? A lot of new things, all right? A lot of new things. Our quotes here are rotating. They are supplied to us from Ali C. So thank you, Ali C. He's one of our volunteers. And so they constantly rotate out. And so you can go in between and see some beautiful new quotes. We have a new mission. If you complete the mission and tell us what the answer is, and if you are correct, you might get something. Who knows? All right? There's only one way to find out. The hackathon is still going on. It goes on all month long. If you want to win some free shit, participate in the hackathon, right? Now, Journeys is a sneak peek into our learning platform. This is what the launcher is for. The launcher is for education. The Aimbot is literally nothing, right? The Aimbot is literally some side thing we play with when we're bored, right? We have way more fun things than the Aimbot. All right, that is just literally the tip of the spear. If you think the Aimbot is cool and crazy, then your mind is going to be blown. But in order to get to that stuff, you need to start your journey. All right, your journey here in your programming space. So we will start to make these open to you slowly but surely as we develop them. It is available in all major languages. So if you speak Japanese, Spanish, Russian, Arabic, is it different? Whatever different dialects of Arabic, etc., etc. It works in your language. You do not need to know English. You do not need to be a pro at English. All right. So go tell your friends, use it in your native language, and learn. All right. This is the biggest thing. All right. This is the biggest thing on this. And we are going to have an entire tracking system for rewards, perks, and lots of other goodness. You don't want to pay for stuff? Great. You can either volunteer or when Journey is available, we will reward you for learning. We will literally reward you with lots of perks in the launcher for learning. And they're going to be pretty great, right? Aimbot, which we'll get for a second. We got our volunteers. The volunteer list has been updated for people who have submitted models to go on the model store. All right, if you guys do not know, we are a charity. We are a nonprofit here in the US. We are a charity organization. All of this is free. All of this is free. You guys can get this for free. There are certain things behind walls that are for supporters. Supporters are not just paid. They are for volunteers or paid. There are 3 tiers for each, for supporters on the volunteer side and the paid tier. So if you want to climb up that ladder, you can go access. This weekend, starting today, right now, everyone that uses the launcher has access to all the features. All the features are unlocked to everyone until Saturday at midnight Pacific Standard Time. Right? All features are unlocked for you. Right? All features are unlocked for you. So use it while you can, and then you can see some more stuff, the roadmap. All right, any questions here before we get into the actual Aimbot stuff? Let's go learning, blah, blah, blah. What time is it for you? It's 5. I'm Pacific Standard Time right now. When will I be able to ask questions? You can ask questions right now. I've learned so much from manually installing CUDA, cuDNN, TensorRT, and Python, but it's not that easy. Yes, it will teach you a lot, and that's what we encourage for people. But we made auto setup available for everyone, so auto setup is now available for everyone. All right, so right here, we're going to tell you a little bit about the AI Aimbot International, so you can go there and learn a little bit about it. When you first log in, the login does work. If it doesn't work for you, that means your computer is messed up. You messed it up. So, luckily for you, on the launcher, there is a link right here that you can click instead, and it will log you into the launcher. If it doesn't work in your browser, that means you've really messed up your browser. I don't know what you've been doing to your browser, but you should probably just stop using the internet, to be honest, because you're probably going to end up like one of those people we ban on the Discord for posting porn crap, because their account's been hacked, quote-unquote hacked. Take it to a different browser. It will work. Trust me, it will work. Right? It's works for hundreds of people. You're not any different. All right. There's pretty much no error that I haven't seen before. It's very, very rare. All right. It's very, very rare. We had one error today out of the many posted. That was something I didn't see before, and it was because something was bugged. And it was user submitted. All right. So first thing you need to do is run the auto setup. I don't care if you set it up yourself. You know, you did the manual setup with the Aimbot. Do it again. And for some reason, I don't know why, a small percentage of you are just like free thinkers in the worst sense possible. All right, I want you guys to be independent thinkers, yes, but we give you explicit instructions to follow. And for some reason, during the auto setup, if we launch this right now, hello. Oh, this is the wrong one. I should have not opened this one. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm surprised that one worked. Okay, so for some reason, if it will load, some of you guys are free thinkers, but in the worst way possible. When you click on auto setup and it first brings up whether you should be in admin mode or not, I don't know why, but some of you guys say no. I don't make a request to be in admin mode just because I want to fucking have you say no and fuck off to me. Click on fucking yes. If you're having an issue, well, that's probably why. Second, if I have something that pops up for installing Python 11.6, 3.11.6, and you don't have that one installed, install it. I'm not here to just fucking whack off to you, all right? I am putting this shit in here on purpose for you to fucking do it. If you're not doing it and you tell me you have an error, I don't care. Follow the fucking instructions. The auto setup is now free for everyone. It wasn't before. A lot of you guys just can't follow. This thing does it all for you. You just click on next. Now, even a smaller percentage of you, and you know who I'm talking to right now, I don't know why, what goes through your damn head, just click on install. For some reason, some of you guys go up here and do like custom install and put in some weird folder. Don't. The launcher's not going to work, all right? It's not going to work because if you put in a custom folder, you're not going to set it up properly in the first place because the bot, because people have issues with adding it to their path, all right, because it's unchecked by default, you need to install it in the default location for the bot to work. we do not tell you in the instructions here to choose your own custom DAM location to install the bot. All right. We literally just say click next and install. All right. Don't overwrite your current Python installation. Just click next and install. Okay. And overwrite is this screen. You don't need to overwrite. If you already have it good, all right. And then just press enter. All right. Just press enter. If you've already done the setup before for the aimbot, do it again because you need this stuff. There are some extra things you need to pip install that this will do automatically for you. WX, this is a known issue because I fat fingered some stuff. All right, we'll go over how to add that yourself here in a second. This is not needed for anything except for the experimental feature, which we'll talk about here in a second. All right. All right, sweet. Okay, so next for the bot here, we have an experimental feature. It's an overlay feature. It will not work out of the box for two reasons, and you can go through and set it up. The experimental feature is experimental. Yeah, it's not working like out of the box for you. It's experimental. But basically, this is an undetectable overlay. You can click and start, and if it will start here, we'll just give it a second here to think a little bit. Well, anytime now. There we go. So it's loading it up right now. So it's an overlay. So we have this overlay right now. You can see it in the center of my screen. This overlay will, hopefully it's not killing my stream right now. This overlay will highlight, all right, you can load up into game and it will highlight players, right? It looks really small on my screen because my screen is 4K. Trust me, it's really big. It's 640 by 640, right? And it's completely undetectable. It's not in your game. It's not going to move your mouse. All right, it's literally a window, right? It's not an embedding, all right? It's not being embedded in your game of Fortnite or Valorant or whatever, all right? Hold on, these people on YouTube are complaining that they can't hear me. These freaking baboons over here. Literally, I post this damn link everywhere for a damn reason. Okay, all right, so it's undetectable, all right? It's literally a separate window. You can see the window right here, right? It's this window. You can literally minimize the window, bring up the window. It just sits on top of everything, right? Completely undetectable. So you can use this in Valorant immediately, and it will work in Valorant, right? All right, I'm gonna go and close that. All right. Yes, the overlay will not open for you by default. We'll get to that here in a second. All right, we'll get to that here in a second. First, we're going to talk about the aimbot. The first thing you're going to want to do when you launch the launcher is you're going to want to go to the store and download a model. So right here on the plus button, you can create a new profile or you can go to the model store. All right, in the model store, we have V5 and V8 models available for you. And I messed up the layout of the V8 stuff, but right here, you can find what model you want. The base models are base YOLO models. So you can use one of these, just click on install and it will install it for you. All right, we click on install, it says downloading and download successful. All right, it's just that easy. I will show you guys where all these models go. Yes, you can use your own custom models. You can use your own custom code, right? So you can download V5 and V8 models. If you have a custom model you want us to add to the store, just let me know and we'll add it to the store. These are immediate. These are pulled from our database. So if we add a model, if we remove a model, it will immediately show up here and be available for people. All right. All right. Let's see. Now the launcher will auto do everything for you now. All right. It will auto do everything for you. You must submit me a .pt file, or if you want your own custom model, submit a .pt file or add it to the folder. The launcher will do everything for you. If you're on an AMD based computer, first of all, you messed up. Switch to NVIDIA. AMD is garbage. It's garbage all around. Onyx, yeah, works for you, but you have to use someone with an a NVIDIA card, at least on Windows, to export the model for Onyx for you, because you just can't. The auto exporting stuff doesn't work for you. All right, you actually have to use someone else that has an NVIDIA card to get it, or someone was super big brained earlier. I forget who it was. They actually, genius idea. They opened up a Google Colab and they exported it on Google Colab. That was a genius idea because Google Colab will give you free NVIDIA resources. All right, so they export it on there and then put it on their computer. That is a genius move. That's what I want to see more of you guys think about, right? That is good. That is good, good, good. I golden star every day for that, right? Okay, so for your profiles, if you want to add a new profile, you can add a new profile. These are for your game. So let's say you wanted one for Fortnite specifically. Click on add and you'll see it show up here. So you got default profile, Fortnite profile. You'll see all your models show up right here, all right? If you click on settings, here's all your settings for your stuff. We'll get to the settings here in a second. I see chat going on. We'll talk about chat here in a second. You can switch between V5 and V8. Please, for the love of God, if this says V5 base, choose V5. If you're choosing V8 and then complaining that it's not working, God, your soul belongs at McDonald's. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, come on. This ain't math. And then your versions, all right? This is not 100% accurate. It's not 100% accurate. Don't tell me that it's a green light. I programmed this fucking thing. I know that it's inaccurate, all right? So when I tell you it's inaccurate, don't fucking be like, but the light's green. Motherfucker, I'm the one that made it. I'm telling you it's inaccurate, all right? It's a general rule of thumb. If you use the auto setup, you should be good to go. Use whatever version is best for you. If you're on AMD, you can only do fast with the launcher right now, unless you do the workaround with Onyx, which we'll get to in a second. So everyone else can use fastest. Yeah, I know fast is a little inconvenient. Well, guess what? NVIDIA requires you to log in, make an account, and get their enterprise level products. We can't just supply it to you, all right? I ain't trying to have beef with NVIDIA. I love NVIDIA. And then your custom code. You won't have anything in here unless you have stuff in the custom code folder, but this will allow you to launch custom code. So if I run this right now, let's do fast, it will launch the bot using custom code. So if you are making your own custom code, and I got the most, so I'm about to get an error. This is the error that a lot of people get. This is a known issue. All right, it's a known issue. It's basically just rerun it again. Basically, it had an issue with the selection. I don't know why, and I'm not really going to mess with it too much, but just like reselect stuff and click on launch. There we go. You can see it particularly right here in the top where it says, default 5, whatever. If it says undefined at all, then it's no good. And sorry, example is the good one, not a custom code. So this one will launch. This one will literally do nothing. It's just going to print some stuff, and then it's going to close. All right. So this is just an example of custom code that's available. It even says here that you're using custom code. Okay. Let's see what's in the chat real quick. When AI learn fast, blah, blah, blah. It's me 2 a.m. Blah, blah, performance easy. Overlay doesn't open, yeah, already talked about that. Has to be Onyx. Yeah, Snow is right. We'll get to that stuff here in a second also. But Snom is right. Snom has been able to run this. He's all set up for this, so he knows what he's talking about. We will go over that here in a second. Where to download other people's custom code? That's a great question. If you have custom code that is launcher ready, send it and I will add it to the store. There are 2 people that are trying to adjust it. We will show you how. All right, we will give you everything to set up your own custom code. Your custom code needs to work with the launcher for participating in the international. Also, we can put it up on the store. So if you want people to use your stuff, we'll put it up on the store. You must submit your code to us as the raw code. All right, if you want it to be a private project, that's fine. We must see your code because we will vet it first. It's up to you, though. You tell us whether you want us to use PyArmor on it so people can't read the code, or if you want us to keep it open. That's that's up to you. But we will PyArmor it. So if you send us stuff that's more private and you don't want people to have access to it besides through the launcher, we will make sure that no one has access to it except through the launcher and they can't actually view and see the code. Okay. So, let's talk about the settings. There are a lot of new settings in here. There are a lot of new settings, and almost all of the new settings require you to be a supporter or at some supporter tier. All right. Right now they are open and free for everyone. So let's go through them. Movement amp is for how much to amplify your mouse movements. Okay. Confidence is the confidence of your machine learning model. So if you see that you're getting lots of false positives, change that. These are percentage based. You can see the percentage right here. All right. So if you usually 40% is good. You can go up to 60%. 40% is good for a lot of games. Movement amp. The faster CPS you have, the lower you usually want your movement amp. Right. The lower you want your movement amp. Display CPS, you can toggle that. Display visuals, please, for the love of God, turn off your visuals. They're there to help you like see what the model sees and have fun with it. Turn them off. You will see double or more in the performance if you turn them off. Prio center people, keep this on unless you want it off. You want it on though. It will prioritize aiming at people at the center of your screen. Now give me like 2 seconds. I'll be right back. If you have questions, go and ask them. I'll be right back. Alright, 1 second. Go to fucking YouTube, you dumb asses. Holy shit. I can't really say fucking Discord is bugged enough and then literally have someone right below it say, I can't hear you. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you all so fucking blind? Holy shit. Okay, so let's continue on here, shall we? Prio Center is still glitchy. It prioritizes, but if it sees another human enter screen, it will try to go for him for a second. Yes, kind of. This is why we encourage you guys to use your own code, especially if you're going to be entering the competition. You're definitely going to want to make your own code, all right? The stuff we give you is going to be good for most things, all right? For most things, but definitely like you can do more. But these settings give you a lot. So here's your auto quit key. So if you want to change it from Q to something else, just click on it and press something on your keyboard. So press Control or Tab or W or whatever the hell you want, and it will switch it. Yes, you can use, for the activation key, you can use your left, right, or middle mouse button. You can't do it through here. I will show you how to change it, all right? But activation key, you can change it to any key on your keyboard, all right? All the F keys, all right, they work. You can use your left, right, or middle mouse button. I will show you how to do that here in a second. You can't use this part of the launcher for it, but it is, I made it available for you, so it does work, all right? For hardware selection, this only is for faster only, so just select what you want. The AMD works for NVIDIA people also, right? The AMD one is universal, NVIDIA one, NVIDIA only, obviously. Headshot mode, you can now toggle on headshot mode and also adjust the distance modifier. 0.38 is what we use by default, so change this depending on how you want. This is percentage-wise, so if it's aiming by default at center of mass, this is going to move it up by 40%, all right? So adjust this to make sure, it's as close to the head as possible, because some people say, it's a little off, so you can adjust it now, right? Brand new feature. Auto fire. This was here last time. This will automatically shoot people. This is a new feature. You can now change the auto fire distance. It's in pixels. It's total pixels, all right? So just modify this and you'll start shooting sooner or later, depending on what you want. AI aim toggles. This one, I'm a programmer, aka I don't know how to name things well sometimes. This is for changing it so your button, your activation key is either a toggle or it is a hold only. So if you turn it on, all right, if it's on, that means the activation key is going to toggle. So no matter what key you press, it's going to toggle on and it's going to toggle off. If you turn this off, that means it's hold only. So that means I have to hold the F3 key or hold the right mouse button or whatever you want, all right? So you can do this. Brand new feature is a fast game title launch. If you know the title of your game and not the game itself, it needs to be the window of the game, all right? The window of the game. You can paste it here, and the bot will immediately launch into that game without going to that stupid menu, right? If you don't know what the title of your game is, specifically you guys playing COD, because some of the COD games have weird titles. You actually have to copy and paste from the printout of the menu and then paste it in here, right? You have to do it that way or else it won't work, right? This will give you sometimes false positives. So if you have a tab open called Fortnite, which this happened to me during testing, it will literally go to that tab, right? It will randomly grab all of the windows with the name Fortnite, and then it will choose the first one. So pretty much, if you see it keeps on going on your browser window or something, close it. Close it so there's only one thing. It's dumb logic, but it works. All right. What questions do we have in regards to the basic settings section? I have a question here from Subway Surfer. Does CUDA 12.1 have a performance increase over 11.8? Do not use 12.1. 12.1 is for server enterprise customers only. Nothing you really use is going to be compatible with 12.1. I'm not saying you can't get it to work, but you're not going to have a fun time. And for performance increases, theoretically, but if you're rocking a 1080 or a 2080 or anything below that, no. It's going to be for the higher end cards and specifically their server stuff, right? You're not going to, I don't think you're going to see anything really noticeable, especially with something like YOLO, right? So don't worry about it. Yeah, you can get it working with 12.1, but it's not going to work for everything. It's not going to work for everything. Trust me, I've already tried, and it's going to be buggy for a lot of people. 11.8 works, and it works beautifully. 12.1 will be good for the AI competition. So if you want to do stuff for the AI competition and it does things that give you a slight edge, don't tell people. Keep it for you and your team, all right? Keep it for you and your team. I am actually switched over right now, or at least for mine, for CUDA stuff. I have it on or off, press caps. Okay. All right, we continue on. I don't see any other questions for the basic settings. Now, for tier-wise, you guys have access to all of this, but the headshot distance modifier, the auto-fire activation distance, and the game title launch fast is all for supporters only. And in the aim toggle is for supporters only. So after this week, you will lose access to these features. And I'm not dumb, so if you did customize this during this week, you'll still lose access to them, and it will go to the defaults, right? It will go to the defaults. Even though it may display as not being default, it is going to go to the default. All right, mask settings. This is going to be for your third-person games, right? First of all, you got to turn it on if you want the mask. The mask is literally going to black out a section. It's just a rectangle, right? It goes in pixels, all right? This should work for most of your games. You may need to adjust it. This worked for me for Fortnite, but depending on the character model you have, you're going to need to change it because there are fucking 3 million fucking character models. So don't be coming to me being like, oh, is this going to work for my character? Fucking figure it out. Turn on the fucking visuals. Don't act like a goddamn 2-year-old, all right? Have a damn brain on your head. Do some exploring. Holy shit, I don't even hold your fucking hand, all right? And figure it out. See if the damn box, the black box, is covering the person. If it is, you're good. If it's not, you're not good, all right? This ain't fucking rocket science, you guys, all right? This is for toggling on the left side or the right side. So by default, it will be on the left side, all right? But if you want it on the right side, just toggle it and it will go on the right side. I don't know what games are on the right side, but it was a requested feature and it was added to someone's freaking projects, one of the volunteers' project, and we added it to this one also, right? So you can toggle in between the two. FOV settings. Again, another feature by a volunteer. I personally don't know why you'd want it, but some people want it. I'm not going to sit here and question it, right? It's added. This will basically draw a little circle. So let's pull up good old Paint. We can probably just launch the bot too, but whatever. I already opened Paint. All right. So let's go right here So imagine this is the aimbot. Instead of using the instead of using the whole square for your aiming, instead it's going to draw a circle. All right, and it's only going to work inside of that circle. All right, that's what it's going to do. So by default, that circle is 160 pixels. Don't make it larger than that because most of you are running this in 320. In 320, all right, what's half of 320? That's 160. This is based off radius. All right, this is math for you guys. I know all of you guys passed elementary school. Come on. The radius is half. The diameter is the whole thing, right? Radius is only half of it. So if it's 160, 160 means the circle will go all the way to the edges, right? And I didn't get an art degree, so I don't want to hear it. So make it smaller if you want it smaller. Now, the radius detection modifier, I added it in here. It was not in here in the original repo, mostly because I didn't like how the logic worked. But basically, this will make it more sensitive because by default, the entire person has to be in the circle for it to work. I don't really like that because, like, if I'm pointing and this person's like mostly in the circle, I still want it to aim at them. So if you increase the modifier from 1, it will still aim at them. If you decrease it, it will become less sensitive to outside objects and focus more on the center ones, right? So this is a way, if you are having issues where the bot is going off to these guys, like that one person who brought up it goes for 1 frame, this is probably what you want to turn on. This will probably help you out, all right? Aim shake. Aim shake is artificial shake to make your aim look more like a human, right? If you turn it on, it will shake randomly in up to 10 pixels in any direction. So north, south, east, and west, all right? It's a random value in those directions, and it will do it every single mouse movement, right? So a lot of people that have been using it said it looks really human-like. So it's up to you on whether you want it or not. Next is AI vision. This used to be under the advanced settings. Now it's no longer because now all of you guys can mess with this, right? All of you guys can mess with this and the launcher will auto-magically handle all of it for you. Keep it on 320. Unless you have high-end hardware, right? If you're on a 3080, a 4080 or higher, or if you're already getting 120 CPS, then you can edit this. Right? If you're getting over 100 CPS, then come in here and edit this. You can put this at 640, which is max. Right? Don't go over 640 or else it's not going to work. 640 is max, right? That's the max that YOLO can understand. And it's going to be way better if you're at 640. This is basically how much it can see. All right? 320 is best for performance. 640 is going to be it's going to be good. Everyone that's using it at 640 absolutely loves it. All right, I see some questions in here. Go and ask some questions. Give me like 2 seconds. I'll be right back. All right. Okay, so questions. Let's see here. Texter, sorry, blah, blah. Got dual setup with both CUDA 11.8 and 11 or 12.1. Only 11. I do have that also, and 17 and everything else. Only 8 will be used if you installed PyTorch with 8 support only, right? And if you ever want to switch out to use another one, you can switch it out, but you have to reinstall PyTorch. So if you have 12 and you think you're using 12, you're probably not using 12 if you installed PyTorch for 8, all right? My launcher won't work. Very descriptive. Let's see here. I posted a screenshot in the Aimbot chat. When I run fastest, it comes up with It doesn't run the aimbot, and yeah, we'll go check that here in a second. Here comes the expert. My launcher doesn't work, people. Exactly. Music is nice. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't like Discord streaming, to be honest, because I want some damn music. Elliot, how do we change the toggle to right click? Yes, let's talk about that, shall we? So we went over pretty much everything button-wise here. Now there's a couple exclusive things you can do, right? So let's talk about where the hell everything is. So if you go over to your Windows Explorer and do %app data %, you're going to have a folder in here called the Aimbot launcher, right? So if you do, again, I'll go and put that in the chat. %app data %. All right, so then you'll be perfect. Okay, so %app data %. All right, if you've used Minecraft, that should be familiar for you. All right, this will take you to where all the files are for the customizable files. This is not where the aimbot is installed. This is where all of the customizable stuff. Now, for first, starting with 1.2, which you guys are on right now, this is the first time where your stuff won't be fucking reset. Right, which was really, really annoying for a lot of people before. Now, everything will be here, and no matter what the launcher update is, all of your stuff will be good, static, and findable here. All right, first off, let's start with user.json. Do not share this file with anyone. Do not open and show people the file contents, etc. There is things in there that you don't want to share with people, and it will give them potentially not full access to your profile, but when you allow for the launcher to log you in, it will get access to things like your email and other various like things. So if you don't want people to potentially know what your email is and other personal information of yours, then don't give it to other people. Do not show it to other people. Do not share it with other people. Yes, if you share this file with other people, they will be able to log into the launcher as you and play with all your perks if you pay for perks, right? Or if you're a volunteer. But hopefully you like them or know them in real life, because they will have access to some of your stuff. They won't be able to change any of your information. It's view only, right? It's read only. Now, on top of that, we have some folders. We have AI aimbot settings, custom code, and models. AI aimbot settings, all of your settings files will show up here. So if you want to do things like your right, left, or middle mouse button, this is where you want to come in here and edit it. So if we open up one of our files here, let's open up our Fortnite one. All right, and let's format this document. There's going to be a thing in here called your activation key. Here we go. Activation key. Right now it's set to caps lock. Here are the codes for doing right, left, and middle mouse button. I will add it to the launcher eventually, but it was just not something I wanted to do when I was finishing up the launcher, right? For the last update. So right here, these are the keys you need. Here's for left. Here's for right. And here's for middle. So if we go into this and we change this to that and save, congratulations. Now your middle mouse button will work for activating it, or your right middle mouse button, or whatever you want, right? It's just that easy. It's just one extra step, right? It's just one extra step, right? So we will add this to the README, right? We're going to do it today here live because I need to get it done anyways. So we might as well just do Q&A while I finish up some final things, specifically custom code. If you have a custom model you want to use, go to the models folder and drop your model here. Make sure it's a PT file. Now you're going to see a lot of extra stuff here that you didn't see in the launcher, like Onyx files and engine files. Well, if you're on an NVIDIA card, you will. The launcher will ignore those files. The launcher automatically makes these. So when you launch, so for example, when you launch something like I want to launch with V5 medium here, and I'm going to be using the visual settings of, don't do this, either use 320 or 640. I'm telling you, it's for best results. But if I want 400 by 400, all right, I can do 400 by 400. This will be a 400 by 400 pixels, and I can click here. I'm going to do faster since it's quick, and I can go ahead and launch. This will automatically export and convert the models for you to those faster ones, including engine. Right? It does it automatically for you. If you're on an AMD card, like I said, you're screwed. Go find a buddy with an NVIDIA card or use that other thing. I forget what it's called. You can see right here, it's already converting to Onyx for us automatically. All right. This is the thing I was talking about earlier for people that are trying to use 11 point or 12.1. If this doesn't say you're using 12.1, because I have 12.1 installed, but it's using CUDA 18.11, then you're using 18.11. So this will automatically export and do everything for us, and then we'll start running the model immediately. So you see we're already here in selection, all right? So we don't need to do anything, all right? It will automatically export, and you're gonna see we have a new file in here called V5 base M V5 400 by 400 half, right? Don't worry, the freaking launcher knows how to handle this stuff. If you look in here, you won't see that file start up. You don't need to re-export it. It's basically permanently exported in here now for your save setting at 400 by 400. So if we relaunch this, you're going to see it's not going to re-export. It's just going to immediately start up because it's going to identify that is there ready for you, right? And now I lied because I think it shows, it shows the default profile because it glitched out. I think the other one was our Fortnite profile. No? 400 by 400. I don't know why it's being weird, but it shouldn't re-export. It should only export once. I promise you it does it. This is like a weird, unusual thing right now. Quite embarrassing. If you have a custom model, drop it in here. Make sure it's a .pt file. Just drop it in here. It will work. It will show up in the launcher, and people can just start using it, and it will automatically get converted. All right. Questions. My booty hole itches when I try to do this. I'm not quite sure what that is supposed to mean. For side buttons, would that be fine? It doesn't work with side buttons. It's just right, left, and middle. I do have a 5-button mouse. Well, technically 7-button mouse. So I will eventually, unless someone wants to do it and grab the code. Someone did send me some code earlier for using those side buttons. I never tested it on whether it work or not. And so if someone else can, go around testing it and submit the code, maybe we'll add it and then you'll get volunteer status, or you'll continue your volunteer status if you already are. Exporting to engine takes some time. Yes, I should say if you are running fastest, it will take up to 20 minutes to export. It's very, very slow. All right, so just let it run. It will look like it's frozen or broken. It's not frozen. It's not broken. Just sit there. Go watch some YouTube. Don't mess with your computer. Do not watch YouTube on your computer. Leave your computer alone. Go somewhere else, right? And you'll be fine. All right. What other questions do you guys have with that? What paste shit am I watching right now? I don't know. What are you watching right now? More people are joining on the Discord. There we go. Let's paste that again. Okay, I see that one thing. That is not an error. That is the bot working. Okay, so the last thing is custom code. Now we did post how to use your own custom code, right? So pretty much the rundown, and we're gonna I'll link you the zip file. So there's a zip file for your starter code right here, right? Your starter code. So this is something we're gonna supply to all of you guys for you to be able to emulate like you're running from the launcher here. So there's a main.py. These 3 files right here, the armor runtime, the main.py, and the readme. The readme doesn't really matter. Those are to emulate the launcher, right? Those are to emulate the launcher. So we're going to tell you here, and let's go and bring it up right. Where did I put it? Here's the bot, and the music stopped. I don't like that. Music. There we go. Let's bring up the YouTube stream again. Oh, did I edit it in this? I think I was editing it from this folder. All right. So this README is going to tell you a little bit of what you need to do, where you need to put the custom code, what you need to do for renaming, and then how to run it. So when you run the main.py, you need to tell it that what settings profile to use, just like the bot. This will pull from everything the bot normally pulls from. So when you launch a bot, so we'll launch this one right now, you're going to see right here at the top, it's going to say main.py default 5 and then v8 base. All right, this one, now it didn't re-export Onyx. I think I had it on fastest before, but it's going to reuse that file that we already have. But there's some things in here that tells it like what to run, right? This is the format for what you need to say in order for it to run. So this is an example right here. So when you say this, then the bot will start to run your custom code, all right? This is just an overlay of what the data looks like when sent, and then we have some example functions for you on how your stuff should look like. And we actually updated this even more. So if we go to example right here, additional requirement is your main file needs to be called main.py. So this folder you can call whatever you want. It could be example, it could be your mama, it doesn't matter, all right? As long as you have a folder and there's a file in it called main.py, you're good to go. You can use whatever the hell you want. You can have more files in here. You can have extra pip installs, extra whatever you want. It will work, right? You just need to have this file here. And we will be sending you this data. This is a better example, because this also, we're sending you their settings profile. And so to send you the settings profile, you need to know how to interpret the settings. That's that JSON data, all right? So we are also supplying you with this schema folder. Now the schema folder will tell you the layout of, here, let's close all of those. Don't save. It will tell you the layout of the data, right? So it will give you access to all of this stuff, right? It will give you access to all of this stuff. So that means in your code here, if I pull it back up, in your custom code that we supply the base stuff for you, you can do stuff like, for their settings profile here, once it's open up, you can say, what is their movement amp setting? There you go. Now you have their movement amp setting based off of whatever the setting is after the file's read in. All the starter code we give you, all right, this will do pretty much everything for you on automatic. It will get the model for you, so what model you're supposed to run, and it will get you the settings. So you don't need to worry about what model are you supposed to run or what settings you need to use. It tells you right here, right? You can hard code this. You don't need to use this, all right? You can remove this. You can say, I don't care about your settings. I'm gonna do what I want. That's fine. You can do that too, all right? We just supply it to you if you want it, right? If you want it. What questions do we have with that? We also tell you if they're a paid tier or not, particularly for people that are submitting code to the store. If you want your code to really help support the nonprofit, you can incorporate logic for paid tier or not to make it so people, that aren't of a certain paid tier can't access certain features. That's completely up to you though. You don't need to do anything with it. That's just information we're going to give you, right? It's just information we're going to give you. All right, I don't see any of the other questions, so we'll start getting more into Q&A. Particularly right here. So your bot is running just fine. Oh yeah, we color coded the output now. Red means you're at an unusable CPS. Yellow means your CPS is okay. Green means your CPS is great, and then blue means you're legendary. All right, you're legendary. You can do a lot more. All right, if you're in blue, think about potentially using a bigger model or changing it from 320 to 640. All right, blue means you can do more stuff. All right, so do more stuff to get the most out of your experience. This is what happens when I run fastest. That's perfect. I don't know what you're saying your problem is, because everything looks good and looks like it's running. This is just the problem. I don't know what the problem is here. It doesn't lock on. Did you turn on the whatever your activation key is? I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you, because it definitely works. If you're on, make sure you guys are on version 1.2.1. There was a bug in 1.0 or 1.2.0, right? So just make sure you're on this one and you'll be good to go, because there was an activation key issue with the last one, but it is fixed. Oh, a lot of chat just came through. Bot working, aim, not. Yep, we just talked about your stuff. Movement amp and confidence. Yeah. Do not move these sliders. So the default stuff I give you as default for a reason. I don't know why people think they should just change it right off the bat. Leave it as default and then change from that point. If you don't know how much to change by, well, I give you up and down arrows. So mess with those up and down arrows, all right, and do little increments. It does not hot reload, so you need to close and open it back up. We will add hot reloading later, but hot reloading, it's nice, but it can slow down things, right? It can slow things down, and I think a lot of you guys would rather have performance. So we'll probably make hot reloading something you can toggle on and off. So that way when you do perfect it, you can toggle it off and not use it anymore. So you can get performance back. Why do I get so much CPS when I'm not focused on the window, but when I open the window, it tanks? That's because it's using your graphics card. And when you're not in your game, your graphics card isn't being used. If you're in game, it's being used, right? This is very much 100% dependent on your graphics card. If you do not have a good graphics card, you're not going to get a good experience out of this, right? So upgrade your graphics card, use an NVIDIA card. Do not use AMD, right? AMD will still get you good on the Onyx ones, but to get a better experience, use NVIDIA. Any games that detect the overlay? No games detect the overlay. This overlay, if you get it working, I guess we should talk about the overlay. The overlay, I'll send an update later this week to 1.2.2 to fix the auto install, so the overlay will half work. It's not gonna work out of the box. The second part of the overlay is you need to go into your settings here, choose what model you want. Let's say I want medium. Go in here and in your vision, do 640 by 640, right? And make sure this is on faster, not fastest, right? And launch. Wait for it to build it, all right, in 640 by 640. So we don't want to actually play or anything. We just need the Onyx model rebuilt as 640 by 640. So that should take like 2 seconds. There we go. It's done. All right. Once it's rebuilt, go into your models folder, and in here you will see one called V5 base medium with 640, 640 half. All you need to do, I'm going to change this one. All you need to do is rename it to experimental. All right. Once you do that, this guy is now ready to go, right? The one thing that you need to pip install that is missing, and I'll go ahead and put it in chat, pip install WX Python. So you need to pip install that, or is it XW? It's WX or XW. I can't remember which one it is. But pip install that, because that's what's needed for this one, right? And then do this step. You just need an Onyx file called experimental in here, all right? And this one will now work. And it works in all games. It doesn't interact with your game. It does not touch your game. It is literally just a window that is transparent, that it uses footage from BetterCam to read in data and then draw lines and then display it on that window. It does not touch your game, right? It does not touch your game. It will work in any game. It will not get you banned because it is the equivalent of streaming and then on that stream drawing squares and then just displaying that stream in front of you All right, not in your game. It is not in your game. It is literally a separate window that will be down here in its own separate section. It does not inject or do any of that other bullshit any of those other ESP style stuff does. It's basically an ESP that is perma undetectable and does not mess with your game and works in every single game ever, period. Right? Lower game graphics. Yes. Make sure if you're getting bad CPS, lower your game graphics all the way down to the minimum. Let's see. So let's get this straight. Like, it will work on any GPU. Even though we say 9080, it will work on stuff below 9080. It's just not going to be usable. Still use it. You can still compete in the AI competitions we're going to be launching. But for actually like you yourself using it, it's going to be unusable, right? But it's still like something you can play with, right? It's still runnable. Yeah, stop buying laptops. Please, you guys, stop buying gaming laptops. You are wasting your money because you are paying more money for something that gives you less. And why? You keep it on your damn desk all the time. You never move it. Stop. Just stop it. Get some help. All right? You are getting worse performance, and a lot of you are running into other issues, particularly with DXCam, because of it. All right? There's all the cons with the laptop and none of the pros. For the love of God. All right. What other questions do we have? This is the problem. Aimbot doesn't lock on at all. I'm on the right version with all the settings. It doesn't work at all. I don't know what to tell you besides mess with your settings more because it's definitely working for people. It definitely works for me. What other questions do you guys got? I think for the most part, we pretty much covered all of the new updates. This was a massive update, you guys. This was a massive update for the launcher. I will update the README, so it includes stuff specifically for the custom code because we want you to make your own custom code. We really, really, really do. For AI aim toggle, hold button down. Yes. If you go in here, turn this off. Keeping it on will make it so your button is a toggle button. Turn it off to make it so it's hold only. Right? Turn it off so it's hold only. If you have, look, are you not a volunteer right now? You want an easy way to become a volunteer right now? Go through here, go through every single item and what it's called and rewrite it all. Rewrite every fucking thing on here to make it make more sense to normal people. All right, and then give it to me. Extra credits if you go on here and you redesign how the boxes should go, right? I'm using Material UI. I'm not changing from Material UI, so it's going to have the same look and feel. But you tell me where I should move everything, and I'll do it, all right? I'll do it. And then you will get volunteer status if you don't already have it, all right? And if you do have it, you'll be one step closer to getting to the next tier, right? Because there are 3 tiers, right? There are 3 tiers to it. Maybe add some tool tips. Great thing to put there. Tell me which ones should have tool tips and what the tool tips should be, and I will add them. All right, and I will add them. And you will get your name here in the support area, etc. You'll get supporter, which will unlock things particularly. We're adding more bots here. We're going to add our GeoDash bot for reinforcement learning. We're going to be adding the New World bots. We just upgraded them to use BetterCam. They work way better now. They're really, really good. For those of you who were there during the New World bot stuff, you know, it's almost as, like, the way we're doing stuff, it might be usable to use in, like, WoW and stuff like that right now for just doing insane macroing, like, on a level that's never been seen before. All right? Those are going to be things that are going to be perks. Additionally, your journey is going to be locked because it costs us money to run this stuff. So if you want extra actions for your journey, then you should definitely be trying to get volunteer status. It is free if you volunteer. If not, then you can pay to support us, right? Someone has to pay the bills. And right now, we have 50 paid supporters right now. 50 of them. It ain't covering the bills. It ain't even covering the server costs, right? We're charged $600 a month on AWS fees. We are not getting $600 right now from those supporters, all right? We are still operating at a total loss. So hey, if you want to support, you should. Even if you are a volunteer, you should help financially support also if you can, right? It helps a lot keep the mission flowing forward. But Journey is going to be your best friend, right? It's going to be pretty awesome. That's all I got to say. With my shit eater grin, all right? What other questions do you guys have right now? And we'll go ahead and start updating the README and stuff. Let me go in here because I don't know why I was doing it here, not in here. Let's go ahead and change this a little bit. So in the bot, let's do our... should I make a new folder? Let's do a new folder in here for our starter pack. So this is going to be the code starter pack for you guys. And we will add, I'll do it right now since we're already on stream. We'll take Q&A and stuff like that. I'm going to add I'll have an example in there for brand new project, and I'll have an example of there for using the current Aimbot that's available. Reveal in File Explorer. Pull this down. Let's see what's going on the Discord side of things. And launcher chat. Don't know if it's my setup, but I can't read the text. Okay, this I don't know why. It only affects a few of you guys. I'm not quite sure why. To be frank with you, I'm not quite sure why. I guess I can go in there and try to force it, but I'm not quite sure why. But it does affect a small percentage of you, right? Oh, also, one last thing for you guys that are interested in data science. Holy crap, a lot of you guys are on right now. We do collect analytics, and we are making these analytics available at the end of every month. So every 30 days. So if we go into dashboard view and we go into 30 days here, well, I guess we still got quite a bit more. But after we have 30 days, we will dump this, right? We will dump this so that way it will be publicly available for everyone to go and to have some fun looking at stuff and do analytical work, right? We're going to make this all first available through the launcher. The launcher is not an AI aimbot launcher, even though that's why most people get it. It is the rootkit launcher for doing fun, cool programming stuff, right? Not some stupid tic-tac-toe or guessing game bullshit, all right? Doing real-world stuff. Things that are actually applicable to a job, and it's fun, all right, and crazy. It will make you things where you can make maps like this, right, and look like you're an elite hacker, even though there's nothing cool here besides just analytics, right? All right, let's move this back. All right, starter pack. Inside the starter pack, I'm using my TV as a monitor. No, that has absolutely no effect. That has absolutely no effect on how it displays. Most likely I think it's most likely a system setting. I think you have like light mode or something set on default. Let's see, custom code. And in the rootkit launcher, we need to go to the starter pack. In the starter pack, we need to move this over. We need to move this over. We need to move this over, and I think we're good. So if we go here, there we go. So when you're in your starter, when you go into the starter pack, this main.py and this folder here need to be together at all times. So these two need to be together at all times, but they can be anywhere on your computer. It doesn't matter. They don't need to be in this folder. But just like the README says, to start your code. So we have code right here called example. We can change this to whatever we want. To start it off, we simply just say Python main.py, whatever your settings profile is. So what are they? Great question. Go over here. I got one called default and one called Fortnite. So we'll just use the one I got called default. And we need what YOLO version, all right? Doesn't really matter because we're not actually launching any model here. So I'll just say 5, a model name, all right? We need an actual model name. So let's close this. And let's say we're gonna use V5 base medium. V5 base medium. And our custom code. So this is where we're going to say we're going to use example.main, right? So you have to do the name of the folder, period, the name of the file, right? Actually, I think we can just do example. Oh, please use the extension. Sorry. There we go. Oh, that's why I also added it, because you have to put it in your, I need to do PT. Yeah. Because we need to also make it so, 1 second, you guys. All right. So we got our stuff. It's no module example main found, and I think that's because I think you actually have to dev. I guess I can update the starter code, the main.py, because I think you'll actually have to put the stuff in here. Do you? I'll have to review the main.py code because I think it's pulling from that app data section. Mask 80 by 250 Fortnite. Sure, if that works for you. You can use that one. It just depends on the player model that you're using. .main. Okay, well, I guess that worked. All right, so example.main, that's working. And again, I'm pretty sure this is pulling from this right here. So to show you guys, like, this works with the launcher right now, we can go ahead and, oh, maybe I did do that. Hold on. Let's just print something like that and rerun this. That didn't print, so maybe it actually is pulling from locally. Let's go in here and do print. Maybe I'm just tripping out because I already forgot what the hell it's doing. Ah, look at that. Okay, so yeah, keep main.py right beside where your custom code is, because it's going to look in that folder. It's not going to look in the percent app data, which is way more annoying, right? Way more annoying. So we can just locally dev here. So you can see here, if I get rid of this is all the settings. So if I get rid of the settings printout right here, and I can just say your mom, all right? If I rerun this is acting like it's from the launcher. Look at that. It's actually running our code from the launcher. It's saying that it's running our custom code with this torch model, with our default settings. Again, you don't have to use this stuff. We're gonna give it to you, right? But you don't have to use it, right? And then you can write your custom code here. Right? It's really that easy. You can get all the settings. So if you want to see what someone's setting for, I don't know, they're displaying their CPS. All right, let's go and run. And look at that. It's set to true right now. All right. So you can see all their settings. You know, you want to see what their confidence percentage is at. There you go. It's at 0.29 right now. So the pro of this is if you are giving people your custom code, whether you put it on the store or not, it doesn't matter. If you're giving people your custom code, already by default, the launcher will work with your custom code. You can use the power of the launcher with your custom code. All right? All of the settings are now available for you. They don't need to go into a new code base. You know, maybe you have Arduino support. They don't have to go in and, you know, mess with stuff to get their bot set up right. You can just use their amazing settings they have set up already. Use their amazing models that we've already gave them, and we will, all of our auto export into exporting into Onyx files and exporting into engine files and downloading from the store will automatically work for your code. you're going to get so many pros with 0 cons. So many pros with 0 cons if you use the launcher and if you use this, these base templates to make your own code. So when I hold the activation key, the aim goes all over when I'm close up to an enemy. Then it sounds like you need to mess with your settings. I don't know how close you are, or if you're really close, then maybe just don't have it on. Let me pull up the discard. Okay, so let's go in live. So we got this example right here. This is just a very, very easy example. It's a blank example for people to start off with. So let's make another one here called main. And this is going to be main for the Aimbot. So in here right now live, I'm going to put all of the code from the Aimbot in here from the actual Aimbot projects so you guys can see, and I will push this up so you have an example here of how to make code from scratch, which this has pretty much nothing in it, or use the base Aimbot, all right? Use the base Aimbot. So I think with the starter pack code, I can say instead of .main, I think I can say main underscore aimbot. And let me just put a print here to see if we're in the aimbot. So print aimbot I'm in and enter. And let's see. And no, that did not work. Let's do it one more time, just a sanity check. No, that did not work. Not sure what's going on there. But again, this is like a starter main.py, so don't worry. As long as this thing launches, you're good. It just means that we need to switch our what file is called main.py. So this is going to be like base, right? So this is going to be our main.py base. Why was that a struggle for the computer? And we're going to change the one that we're working on right now for the base aimbot to main.py. So now when I rerun this, it should say, not that, it should say, oh, wow. Whoa, oh, wait. Oh, God, okay, never mind. It was working out. Whatever, we're going to change this back to main. And I'm going to say base code. Change this one back to aimbot. This one to main. It was working. I just put the wrong code in the wrong file. All right, let's print AI aimbot. AI aimbot I'm in. This is no longer. Why is this thing here? Okay, whatever. All right, underscore aimbot, enter, and there we go. All right, so this is working on this code right here. So let's go ahead and grab our aimbot code. So this is literally quite how easy it is right now. So I'm gonna make a new folder for our aimbot. I guess it's a couple files we're gonna need. So let's go ahead and go over to the aimbot. I'm just gonna open this up. So let's open up VS Code here. Let's grab the AI aimbot. All right, so this is the one that's publicly available, right? This is the one that's publicly available to everyone, all right? Publicly available for everyone. We're just gonna grab the main.py because the main.py works for everyone. And this is how easy, watch you guys. This is gonna be very high-tech, complicated. We're gonna go very fast. Hopefully you guys can stick along here, right? We're gonna show how complicated it is to copy and paste the code over to work with the launcher. Are you ready? Copy. Right here. Paste. And we're almost done. All right, we still got some more stuff to do, all right? But we're almost done, all right? We're almost done. So for this one in particular, we need a couple extra files, all right? So $3. Thanks, FN Bubbles. You're already an amazing supporter on the Discord, and he's supporting more. Look at that. What a pro. What a god. Okay, so we copy that over, but to run it, we need a couple extra things. We need this game selections file. Can I copy it from here and just like paste. Oh my God, yes. So we need game selection. We need we're going to change it from using config.py to using the settings. So we're going to show how to do that. And then we just need this utils folder. And I think that's it. Utils folder. And then I think the models folder. I'm going to grab the models folder just in case. All right. We're like 99% of the way done, you guys. Not really. 90% of the way done. All right. We're 90% of the way done to get this running. All right. So we have the whole aimbot code in here. Pretty much everything is good to go right now. This is not, except for the config file, which you can see it's not good in there either. Right? This config file is the only one that's missing because we want it to be cool and use our stuff. Now let's say, nah, this is too complicated. I don't want to deal with this crap. Great. You don't want to deal with that crap? Great. You can use the config file. Let's go over to here. And if we just take our config file from the code that's already there and paste it here, look at that. Now it's going to work. Eventually. There we go. Now it works. That's it. We're all ready to go. We're pretty much ready to go. There's just a couple more adjustments we have to do. This we're going to change from main to bot. We're going to change that function to bot. We're going to delete this stuff down here. And now in here, we can comment this out. We can just say, run the bot. Except we did a capital B. That is it. This will now work. You don't believe me? This will now work literally. That is, we literally copied and pasted everything. Everything over. The only thing is we have to use this function. If you don't know what functions are, 100 days of rootkit. All right. Start learning. We'll teach you everything you need to get our comp sci cert. It's literally better than college. All right. So now we're ready to go. If we pull up our launcher here and we say we'll launch the AI aimbot, the only thing is we don't have any models, and this pulls locally from models. Let's see. Import nothing called utils. I think it definitely is called utils. It's because of okay, this will require some additional stuff. It's because of how we have this set up. Do I need to delete this one? I see some questions coming into the Discord. Okay, let me add that back in. It has to do with our imports right now. Init __.py. I think we simply can just change this to be dot. Where is base? Where are we importing utils at? Right here. And I think if we just do dot, we should be good now. Let's see. Yeah, looks like it's working. Oh, no. Utils, where's this util at? Okay, that's what I was fearing. Let's do this and this and this. Again, it may be some extra work. You may want to mess with it a little bit. No module example utils. Okay, I'm not gonna fix all of this stuff right now. Let's real quick. Let's see what questions we have. I'm getting an error after doing the auto setup. You didn't complete the auto setup right. So most likely what you did here is you didn't follow the setup and you didn't install the things you were supposed to install, particularly Python. And now you're getting this error, right? Now you're getting this error. How do I know? You most likely, so what happens here and why you get this error is most likely you set up the bot before, you've set it up before manually, and now you're trying to set it up now, and before you got away with using a different Python version somehow, and now you're not. So go back and install Python, install in the default location, right? Run the auto installer and everything will work, right? Everything will work. This is guaranteed to work if you follow the settings to the T. There's only one other, no, that person was also installing it in a different place. Yeah, it will work for everyone. There's not been anything that I've seen that will not work for someone for some reason, right? This is just how Windows works. So unless your Windows operating system is messed up, yeah, if you already have Windows 3.11, cool. Reinstall 3.11 in the default location. I don't care if you installed it before, you installed it not in the default location. Reinstall it in the default location and rerun everything, right? Because we are looking specifically for the default location. Later, in an update maybe in January, this will be less of an issue, particularly for you guys who have AMD cards. This will be less of an issue because we are going to make it so you guys on AMD cards next month can export, right? Can export everything yourself. But until then, do as you're told, literally. After you set everything up, then have a wild mind and do some crazy shit. But until then, your shit's not set up. You don't know why it's not set up. You didn't listen. So go listen. Go set it up exactly how I tell you to. Right? I'm not sitting here writing all this shit just because I like writing. I fucking hate writing. So fucking listen to it. Okay. For our module. So there's a couple ways we can go about fixing this. How do we want to go about it? The issue is in regards to imports, and I think we can just... Can we do that? I'm forgetting off the top of my head right now. No. Can we do a from... Because I just need everything else to do relative import, and I always mess up on this bull crap. From dot, yeah, this does do relative. Can I edit it? Settings in Notepad, yes. You can edit in whatever text editor you want. You don't need a code editor. Code editors are text editors. They're no different than Notepad. They just have a lot of extra features, but they are essentially Notepad. On steroids. All right, on steroids. Let's see what our good old Copilot here has to say in regards to shorter solutions. Because, I mean, I'll do this for everyone, so that way it's easy and solved for everyone, but I just want to know if I can do it real quick. Modify the code to allow for... or modify the code to fix this issue. We are running the main.py file from one level up. Okay, that is a perfect solution right there. So we're going to do that. So I need to modify. Now, how would that work in here, or would I need to do that in the main.py? That is the question. I think it might actually work right here. Let's run it and see. That's a big brain move, if it works, and it's not working. Let's try to add it. I think I have to add it to the other one, which I think I can just quickly hack it and see. Because if we go right here, we should be able to just go right here. But this is, I guess I'll just have to make this so, okay, I know how to fix this. We're just gonna have to make this, all right, I'll fix this. So I'm gonna make it so it's gonna use this right here to figure out where it should do a relative import. So that way, if you're doing things like this, because this isn't just an issue with this one, if you do something with V8, you won't have this issue. But if you make folders and stuff and do relative imports, you will have this issue. So I'll go ahead and fix this real quick. I mean, I can just pull up the starter or the tester code anyways, because it doesn't really. So here's your guys' first look on the starter tester code. All right, it's never been revealed before. This is not how the real one looks, by the way. So Don't worry. If you clone this, it's not going to work. So let's go ahead and right here. So I could probably change, honestly, I've been thinking about just changing all of these to use this because they're effectively the same thing. But since we're already using it like this, let's go ahead and continue on from here. So we need our current directory. So current directory. And then is this going to give me the path? So version of a path. Okay, perfect. So this is going to give us our path. So let's go and do os.env. And we're going to add this to our path. Let's do path and plus equal that and yeah, I know there's other ways. There's literally 1,000 ways to do this in Python. There are other ways to do this that's more automated. I don't care. This is the way I've been doing it, and this is the way I'm going to do it. I'm not going to switch it over right now. We can't put it right here though. We need to put it down here below after we grab what version of Python you're doing. So let's just put it right here before we run your custom code. So let's put the path right here, and we're going to do your directory. And then we want to do your custom code. Where am I importing your custom code? Right here. So we're going to want to do that right here, except we need to remove everything before the dot. This will have the layout main dot make it so it removes the dot and everything after it. Give him my answer. Okay, split is a good idea. File name without extension, split. There we go, perfect. This dot split. There we go. All right, so we're gonna be adding, do I need the following slashes? I don't know, let's try it now. All right, all right, so let's go and run this and let's see if that solves the issue. Failed to import custom code, import module. Failed to import. Okay, this is a definitely new error, so we made some progress here. Let's see if anyone's asked any questions. I don't see any questions. You guys are free to ask questions as we're just moving forward, because I'm just fixing up some stuff before pushing it out and publishing it for people who want to do custom code on the launcher. So if you have questions, this is your time to ask questions. Right? This is your time to ask questions. All right. So I think let's remove this. Okay, we are getting an issue that we didn't have before. We're in starter pack. Everything looks good. Oh crap. Okay, I don't know if you guys are just typing or you guys all typed at once, but the chat just shot up. Thanks for the info. Hey, great stuff you are doing. Can you please make a video on how to make your own model? Yes, we will be making videos on how to make your own models, how to make them from scratch. We are going to do all the prep because, again, next year, starting right now, is your time to learn and get ready for the Aimbot International competition next year. All right, so get together, make a team, go solo if you want. All right, it's better if you have a team. All right, I know you don't like people, but get a team together and get ready. All right, learn everything you can. We are going to do classes. We're going to make videos to talk about how to make models from scratch, custom models from scratch, because YOLO is good, but YOLO is not the best thing. If you make something from scratch yourself that's not YOLO, but based off YOLO, it's going to be way better, right? Yeah, because you're going to want to compete for that. We have $1,000 in the prize pool right now. We're trying to bump it up to $10,000. All right, cash. All right, cash prize pool. Can you show us how to use my own custom model after exporting? Yes, we showed earlier. Go to %appdata%, and there's going to be a folder in there called the AI Aimbot launcher. Go into that. Once you're inside that, there's going to be a folder called models. Just drop it off in here. Just the .pt file. I know you want to do Onyx or Engine and stuff like that. Just drop the .pt file in here, and the launcher will do everything else for you, right? It's just that easy. Okay. Go ahead and continue to ask questions, you guys. Yes, there are Fire pre-made Fortnite stuff in the model store. So on here, if you go over to the store for V5 and V8, there are Fortnite models in here by Snow. So you guys are free to install any of these. And if you have custom models you want us to add to the store, just send them over and we'll add them to the store. Right now we're not really doing much validation for models. We're just posting them, right? But later that may change. Okay, failed to import custom code. Technically, what's the difference between V5 and V8? Good question. We get that asked all the time. V8 is slower. It is slower. For some reason, I don't know why, people think V8 is slower. All right, when people say broadly V8 is better, that is a dumb way of saying things. All right, how is it better? All right, how is it better? All right, it's better on accuracy. It is worse on performance. If you have a slow graphics card, you're going to want to stay with V5. V5 is default for a reason. It is best for everyone. It works good for everyone. It is the one. V8 is for if you have a better card, you can do more with V8. All right, we will be adding more features, and hopefully you guys explore more features without us, specifically things like segmentation, because you can do that with V8. And V8 actually has a lot of extra features we're not even using yet, and some I've been experimenting and haven't really talked about yet, which I hope you guys go through and find it, because it will improve accuracy significantly, right? Significantly. All right, failed to import, oh, here we go. No module named utils. This is a different error than we got last time, so I think our // worked. Because that will add it on the path, so it will look there for things like utils. Okay, that didn't work. This is in starter pack. On sanity check. I'm gonna run it one more time. Sanity check. I'm gonna remove these // again for a sanity check also. Yes, it's still the same one. Let me remove the // sanity check. We have to have the // there. I just want to do just one more sanity check. All right, I'm gonna add the //. Let's change this to right here. See if that has any other effects. Now this is adding to the path. No module name utils, and utils is right there. Let's do a sanity check on this current directory. because I'm just thinking right now. I just want to do some sanity checks here to make sure things are good before we go down more rabbit holes. And this, okay, that's a good reason why we did our sanity check, because this is not, this did not print. Why didn't that print? We're in main.py. We're running main.py. Current directory. Current directory is being grabbed up here. Is greater than 4, which it is. It should be going right here and saying custom code. Okay, we're not even getting a custom code printout here. 1, 2, okay, what is going on here? Python main.py. And let's do another sanity check. Okay, that printed right there. Okay. So we're not getting inside of this. Let's try this sanity check. Oh, it failed to import custom code. I think this is the exception. Okay, we're right here. We're right here when it fails. All right, this is why we do sanity checks, you guys. This is why we do sanity checks. Okay, launcher app data. Okay, wait a second. Module app data. So it is looking, wait. What the fuck? Okay, it's adding that. Okay, this we need to change. Custom code needs to be a relative import. So I don't think we need this stuff anymore. These are things I'm going to do for you guys. So we're going to make it up so this starter pack is the layout for you guys to use. Because right now it's trying to pull from the app data folder location. I don't want you guys developing in that app data folder location because that's going to be kind of annoying. You can if you want, but it's going to be kind of annoying. Is V8 available to use in the new update? Yes. Right now, until this weekend, everything is unlocked for everyone in the launcher. After this weekend, some things will be locked back to supporters. But right now, V5 and V8 are available for everyone in the launcher. Sorry to take you off track. Radius detection modifier. Lower the number, keeps it in the circle. Don't change it from 1. Use it at 1. Come on, you guys. When you're adjusting the settings, run it as default first, and then adjust afterwards. Right? Don't ask me questions on like, should I lower it? Just run it and see if you should lower it. I don't know if you should lower it. I don't think it's useful at all in the first place, but some people like it. So I don't know. Run it, adjust as needed. Can you show us how to use my own custom model? You can use if your custom model is YOLO V5 or V8, it will work in the launcher. Just add it to the models folder, %appdata%. AI Aimbot models, drop it in here to the PT file. It will work in the launcher immediately, right? You don't have to do anything fancy. Should I use the launcher or the source code of your Aimbot? You should use the launcher. Use the launcher. The launcher has better everything. And for custom code, it's better, right? It's going to be better. So use the launcher. I'm ready for V8. My card can handle it. Then, yep, go ahead and just run V8 right now. Okay. So we are still getting a issue from import module. We want to make this so we want our path stuff to be like this. So we want to add our current path. So we're going to duplicate this. We want to add our current path. And we want to add the new path. Oh, crap. And it looks like it's working. Kind of. Okay, this time we printed our current working directory. That is correct. And we're going to do // that. All right, and // this should be good. Import module. Failed to import custom code. So this guy is failing right now. I swear, oh, that's because it's failing because of the utils. Now we just added this to the path. This should be, let's run it like this. Now this is supposed to fix it. If this is not going to work, let's try doing the way that there should be no difference, but let's try doing it this way also. Here we go. There should be no difference because these are like doing the same thing, but let's go ahead and this is already a thing that Python does by default. So I don't know what's going on here, but we're gonna go ahead and grab this. We'll just remove the semicolon. I don't think this line is gonna do anything, but this one might. // Okay, just curious, when you say V8 faster, do you mean fastest at detection? V8 is not faster. Oh, there we go, it's working. All right, I guess this one works better. V8 is not faster. V8 is not faster. V8 is slower, it is more accurate. So it will be better at identifying people. Right? It will be better at identifying people. Okay, so now it's working. Literally, the AI Aimbot code from a repo is now working. Right? It's now working 100%. So pretty much all we did was copy and paste everything over. Okay, let's remove the fluff. I know for a fact we don't need that one, and I don't think we need any of these ones. I'm kind of confused on what they're doing different for this, for it to work, but I'm not going to question it. It is working. All right, it is working. All right, so let's go ahead and close that. Let's remove this code. Let's remove this code. I'll need to re-export this for you guys to make sure this is all good and working. Okay, so one last thing. So actually this works completely. So now using the launcher, quote unquote, right? This using the launcher, quote unquote, it's not the actual launcher, but it's emulating the launcher. It is fully working. We're using our custom code with this version, this models. We're not currently using the settings though that we're passing along. So to make this custom code better, we definitely want to be using the settings from the launcher, right? Not this config file, which is how the code is already set up. All right, we definitely want to use the launcher. So people don't have to come in here and change Onyx choice to 1, 2, 3, or maybe they fat finger it and do 10 or 0. They use the launcher to select what option to use, all right? So let's go ahead and do that here. What other questions do you guys have? And everyone that's in Discord, can you guys hear me now? Okay, so for you, it tells you right here, there's a key error. You have some special key before the word caps lock. So I don't know what keyboard you have or what happened there exactly, but pretty much in your typing, there is some weird special character. So you need to remove that special character. Maybe it's your quotes, I don't know, but there is some weird special character here that is causing the issue, so you got to remove that. Okay. Let's go back. Okay, so the last thing we'd want to do for our custom code is get rid of this config file. We don't want this here anymore. All right, we want to use the configs from the launcher. So let's move this over so we see what we have, and let's change this. So let's go over to the Aimbot code here, which we literally copied and pasted from the Aimbot repo. We copy and pasted it. There's no difference, all right? Instead, we just change it from main to bot, and we're using this new main function that we tell you to use to run everything. And let's make sure, let's rerun. Let me remove that code and rerun, then make sure this still works. And that's not actually doing anything. I'm pretty positive it's not doing anything. Just as a sanity check. Just a little steps at a time, just to make sure like we're good when we don't really know for a fact why something's not working compared to something else, because usually adding to the path works. I don't, whatever. I'm not going to question it. Onyx and Tensor are faster at detecting enemies or CPS. Not sure what that question is supposed to mean, but Onyx is faster than Torch, and TensorRT is the fastest of them all. TensorRT, Onyx will be 2 times faster than PyTorch, and TensorRT will be 2 times faster than Onyx, right? A lot of people, especially on higher end cards, they run it so fast that like the screen engine, they can turn up, because by default, we have it so their screenshotting is capped at 120, all right? Their stuff is so fast, they can put it at like 300, right? I don't know why. There's a lot of things you can do at that point. There's a lot, but you don't need 300 CPS. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go in and uncomment all of this stuff, because this stuff is the things we give you by default, and let's see what this default goodness is doing. This is getting us the settings path, loading in the settings, and the model to use. All right. So this is, we can start by using this code. First of all, the model path. This tells us where the model is that they want to use. Let's adapt our code to use the model that they want to use instead of using our model. So I'm going to move all of this stuff up to right here. So this is going to be very simple. All we need to do is first we need to make a check, because this is the normal main.py version of the bot, which means you can only run PyTorch models. You cannot run Onyx models. Let me rerun this music. You cannot run PyTorch models, and you cannot run, you cannot run Onyx or TensorRT models, PyTorch only. So we need to do a check, since we only support that, and we need to tell people, hey, can't run it. So let's do if the model path, and let's go ahead and grab, we need to do -3. I think we do, there we go. If it's equal to PT, then we'll return, I know the logic's wrong. All right, return, we're gonna return, and we're gonna print or fast, oh god, holy crap, fast mode only PyTorch, so they know it's PyTorch. So I think this will work. Sanity check real quick. Let's go ahead and just print this, and we'll exit right here just to make sure that we're good to go and we're getting those last 3, like the PT at the end. I think that's what you need to do. Yeah, there we go. We got .pt, so that's fine. We can keep that and then just change this to be .pt. So if it's not equal to .pt, I want you to exit immediately, all right? And then if it's all good, we're going to pass the model path on. Now we need in our bot here to be accepting the model path. And then in model path here, we can go all the way over to our, wherever we load our bot in right here. We can set this to custom, and then is it path? Path, there we go. And we need to remove, I believe we need to remove both of these. So now our code will now use the custom code given to it from the launcher. It's that easy. Now literally any code or any models that the launcher will use, this will now use. Yeah, it has to be PT or PyTorch only, because that's what this code is for, and it only works on that. But they can now use it. They can use any PT model in here from the launcher, and the launcher will handle everything for you. Isn't that cool? Wasn't that easy? The last thing we need to do here is our settings, all right? Our settings. So for our settings, there's a couple ways we need to we can handle this. Here are all our settings right here. One way is we can go everywhere where these settings are and change it. Or 2, we don't change it, but instead pass all of those settings through, right? Through here. So what do I mean by that? We have it so we make a settings called a movement amp, and then another one called use mask, and blah blah, and we make this super long, And pretty much right here, this is where we're going to do settings dot movement amp. I'm going to sneeze. Oh God. Oh dear Lord Jesus. All right, and that would work. All right, that would work also, but I think a cleaner solution would be just if we passed in settings. All right, and in here we just said settings, and let's go ahead and do that to type it. All right, we're going to type it so that way we have our typing available. Now we can remove this, and we got to do it also in game selection. All right, we also got to do it in game selection. So preemptively, I'll go ahead and pass this to game section, but we're going to have to add this to game section also because game section is also using this. So we can delete that right here, and in game section we can say that we'll have settings being passed, and that will also need some typing. So let's go ahead and type that one out. All right, so we're good on that now. Settings, just taking a second to load up. Is it? Just double checking here. This is our return function. My bad. Let's put it right here. All right. So the only settings that we need to change in here was here we go. So all we can do, just do settings dot, and that should work. So we'll change this to do settings dot, settings dot, settings dot, settings dot, settings dot, settings dot, and I think we're good. So now this is fully adapted to use our launcher. Now let's go ahead and finish our AI aimbot code here to fully be adapted to use our launcher also. So AA quit key is going to be settings dot and then quit key. So yeah, they might have a slightly different name. Be aware of that, but we can go and change that. Use mask doesn't. Mask height, I'm pretty sure it doesn't either. Mask width doesn't, so we can just drop that in. Screenshot doesn't. Confidence doesn't, so we'll just drop that in. Center of screen. Is that what I'm calling it? Let's just do center. Yeah, okay, we'll drop that in. Let's see what else. Headshot mode. It's now called dot headshot mode like that, so we need to just change that one. These ones are different. These are dot move minamp. This one's going to be a dot move minamp. This is going to be for dot visuals, dot CPS display, dot visuals. We're done. Wait, on this one's going to be CPS. All right, display CPS. We're done. This code is literally completely modified. We just did it. It takes like 2 seconds. I will distribute this for everyone to have. This is fully hooked up to the launcher now. This code is 100% hooked up to the launcher. We can see this right now. Watch, look at this. We got our launcher open, all right? Let's go to our default settings and let's change some stuff. Let's keep visuals on. Let's display CPS. You know what? This is good. We'll just do this so we can visually see it. So CPS is going to be on. Visuals is going to be on. All right, ready? I'm going to run this. And we're using our default settings. All right? And our V5 base media model. This actually, no, we did pass it the path, the model path. So we're good to go. So now we can go ahead and start using this bot right now. Let's go ahead and use it on number 3. So, okay, our quit key. Oh, we need to modify the quit key code because we don't need the orange anymore because we are giving you the raw code for it. All right, let's rerun this. All right, and let's do 3. There we go. It's running right now. Look at that. It's literally running at 6. Look, this is a big thing too. That means it's at 640. And if we look here, look at that. It's at 640. It's fully hooked up to our launcher right now. It's fully hooked up to the launcher. We just needed to edit a couple of things, and now we have this fully hooked up. Auto quick key is Q. So let's press Q. And look at that. It closed it. Right? It closed it right here. Watch. Let's change our auto quick key to A. Let's change it so it doesn't display CPS, but it only displays visuals. So now it no longer will display the CPS here. So this stuff won't get printed, but it will now display, it will still keep displaying visuals. And let's actually change it so those visuals are 320 by 320, no longer 640. All right. We're using the launcher to edit these settings. Look at that. Let's go ahead and run this aimbot again. And you'll see in your custom code, this is custom code we just grabbed from the repo. All right. This is unedited from the repo. All we did was change it. So instead of using the config file, we're using the files supplied to you. And the model, again, we're using the custom model from the launcher. All right. We go in here and let's do number 3 again. And look at that. It's loaded up and we're in. You'll see, look, it's not displaying CPS anymore because we turned off that setting. Look, this is smaller because this is 320 by 320 now. It's fully hooked up to the launcher. 100% hooked up to the launcher. This is the power of the launcher in doing custom code, all right? Is this capability right here is you don't need to worry about these settings, the restrictions. See, it's live. It's live, that visual right there. You don't need to worry about any of this stuff yourself anymore. You don't need to worry about telling people how to edit it. What's the capability of those edits? What's the maximum, the minimum, the recommended? If they have one good for their Fortnite game right now, they can use their Fortnite settings with you right now, all right? If they want to use Onyx and you want to support Onyx, well, they can come in here and now you can set up your Onyx off to work, all right? You can use any of these settings in yours. If you want us to add more default settings, we can add more default settings, all right? Because some people want us to add right now for their custom code, Raspberry Pi and Arduino settings, but we haven't added them in yet. What questions, comments, concerns do you guys have right now? And to see this live in the launcher, let's go and exit this because this is like in our little custom setup here. Let's do Reveal in Explorer. Now let's show how we can add it to the launcher. If we go to our custom code, this is where we drop our custom code. All right, we have our example code here. Let's just rename this to live example because we just did this live for all of you guys. And I think that I'm going to, the only thing is this main.py is now slightly different. So I'm going to put the one that we just modified in there. If we go to the launcher and we go here, you're going to see our live example custom code is now in here. If we turn this on and press launch, it should launch our custom code we just made here right now live on stream. All right. And it looks like what we're getting is, oh, that's because right here inside of custom code, we need to change this to main.py instead of aimbot. All right, let's launch our custom code now from the launcher. And okay, it's just having issues with importing now, which I'll figure that out. Right, I'll figure out the import stuff, but it will work for you, right? It will work for you. It's just import issues, right? So I'll figure that out for you guys' starter pack stuff. So it works in the starter pack, but it also works in the console. But your code will work on the launcher. As you can see, it's trying to launch right now. It's trying to launch, but it's just because the import stuff is slightly off. What questions, comments, concerns do you guys have right now? Are you guys doing hearts, or is that just like showing hearts? I don't know why it lets me click it and it like hovers over. What other questions, comments, concerns do you guys have? Because that's pretty much all I had for going over. Okay, it is live. You guys are pressing a lot of different things right now. What is this? There we go. What other questions you guys got? This is your time to ask them. Is the launcher detectable more than the source code? No, they're equally detectable. If you want this for cheating, guess what? We actively are reaching out and trying to get game devs to patch this stuff. They have not for almost 2 years, all right, of us reaching out. They have not. This is still undetectable, all right? And if you want it more undetectable, then use a Raspberry Pi or Arduino for your for your input. Use a hardware bypass or a KM box, all right? We will build support natively for them within the launcher, all right? And so that way you guys can play with them. There's already repos available in Showcase for you guys to mess with it, all right, and get access to that stuff. We have lots of, like, again, you guys, this is nothing. This is nothing. This is absolutely nothing for us. It's free because it's literally nothing. There's so much more we're doing. This is just the beginning, right? It's the world's best aimbot for a reason, right? It's undetectable for years. It looks human-like. It works best. Everyone else just resells Lunar or our stuff, all right? And they do a terrible job at it because they don't know what they're doing, all right? I'm getting about 80 to 100 CPS on fastest with 640 with YOLO V5. That is good. I would say move to V8 on 640. You will probably see a drop to 70 to 90 CPS, but it's better. Keep it that way. That's going to be way better, right? Because the accuracy is just better on V8. So you're going to be more accurate on V8. What about running it through DMA? No, DMA is detectable, all right? In a lot of applications, it is detectable. Theoretically, DMA should be, if you properly, set up the hardware kit for it, it should be undetectable, theoretically. But look, I'm not a hardware guy completely, but that's where Microsoft, people like Valorant are really relying on their rootkit to sniff it out, and partnerships with Microsoft to do proper protection with their secure boot stuff. Because DMAs don't really work if secure boot and everything is set up particularly. But technically, theoretically, they are a passive way of collection and analysis if they are done right. So they should be impossible. It's the same thing as if I was a man in the middle attacking you. You will never know, ever, period. You will never, ever know for man in the middle attacks if I'm sitting there and just passively listening. If I take an antenna and sit right outside your house and listen to everything you send over the Wi-Fi, you will never, ever be able to tell. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. So when you're doing stuff like that, passive analysis, you're pretty much good to go. But what the fuck is the use of it? What the fuck is the use of it? Because at that point, you might as well just use an AI aimbot. It's way less. It's less setup. It's free. Like, what are you gonna do with the DMA? Because the DMA, you still need to move the mouse. What are you just going to highlight people? Like that? So what? You can't highlight them in your game. So you have to do an overlay, which means what? You can use our overlay. It's undetectable and zero setup. Like, DMA just doesn't make sense. It makes more sense if you're trying to do something like more in the hacking realm, because that's like legit hacking stuff. That's what governments and other people will pay like good money for, because if you are someone of important intelligence, I'm going to break into your home without you knowing. I'm going to implant something for DMA collection, let it collect for a couple days, and then come back and pick it up off your machine. All right. I just don't really see what the appeal is, especially because it's only like you're doing it for Valorant only. Like this stuff from people that have used it says it's been working fine in Faceit. I don't use Faceit. I don't play FPSs. I don't care. If you get banned from them, I don't care either. All right. But it's working. From the reports, it's working. All right. So it's literally just for Valorant. You can do this for free with a hardware bypass. It costs $20 for an Arduino, Raspberry Pi. I don't know why you would want DMA. I need a full tutorial on how to set up an Arduino with the Aimbot, plus a tutorial on creating YOLO models and training it. For YOLO models, you can just use RoboFlow. That's what most people do. So if we go over to YOLO V8 or V5, it doesn't matter. They're going to link to you RoboFlow here. Most people just use RoboFlow. So you can just go to RoboFlow, make an account with them, and then RoboFlow will do pretty much everything for you. And then you're good to go. And then that's it. And they'll give you the model. I'm pretty sure Snowden stuff, he just uses RoboFlow. And then he just gives you. So by the way, like YOLO's not a great thing. YOLO's great for real time, which is what you guys are doing. You're doing real time stuff. You want this to work in real time. There are much better models for detection that are going to be too slow to run at real time, right? Just so you guys know, we're using YOLO purely because it works in real time and it's free, it's available right out the gate, and it works well. You can do way better, right? You can do way better than just YOLO. What other questions do you guys got? Like which models? What do you mean which models? All of the YOLO models. Just make a RoboFlow account, put up your photos, and then it will do training for you automatically. No, whoever told you that is a liar. YOLO is not the best. YOLO is not the best. YOLO is not great at all, right? YOLO is a very speedy thing. It stands for you only look once because it's a very fast way of doing object detection, but is not the most robust, not the best, etc. I'm pretty sure they told me that RoboFlow, I don't use RoboFlow, I'm pretty sure they told me RoboFlow has an AI labeling system. Okay, first off, an AI labeling system means that like it's not going to be as good as human labelers, first off. Second off, it probably works really well. I'm not saying it doesn't work well, but what they're doing is they're using a model that's way better than YOLO to label photos for your YOLO model. Your YOLO model will always be worse because anything that AI model they're using for automatic labeling can't detect, your YOLO model will not detect either. So it's like a waterfall effect of not being able to detect things. Now, I don't think you're going to run into this issue because this is like a more complex issue. You guys are using a simpler task right now. But yeah, there are way better models than YOLO. YOLO is the bottom, like, it's not really the bottom of the barrel, but it's bottom of the barrel. What about Neural Magic? Clear, you should be able to use all of these. No, Neural Magic is for running inference. Okay, so you can do this yourself. You don't need to use Neural Magic. They say 6 times faster because they're doing sparsing. So if you're running TensorRT, you're getting pretty much like almost 6 times faster. The last thing you can do is you can sparse your model out, which will give you better performance, which I think the Onyx export is supposed to do sparsing by default, but it's very light sparsing, but you can do a lot more. And honestly, if you guys really look into it, if you sparse the model properly, the YOLO model, you will get insanely better, more performance for speed. For speed, not potentially not for performance, but I don't know. It's a mix of both. Sparsing is a mixed bag because all you need is you just need it to detect humans or not a human. So the rest of the things YOLO knows, because it knows almost 100 different items, you don't really need those items. So if you really sparse that stuff out, it might be a lot better for you. Comment is going to be for saving V8 models, resume your training. Okay, so if this allows for training, then maybe you could look at Comment. visually track, visualize, and even remotely train. I guess maybe this one's for training too. You can use any of these. I don't really care. I don't use any of them. I haven't personally used any of them. But RoboFlow, a lot of people use for training. It says right here that you can use paper, clear, and comment all for training. And Neuromagic's just for deploying, right? Seen that thing in a way faster when using CPU. It's not going to be faster using CPU. You can get the CPU version faster if you export it as Onyx. Onyx is going to be your fastest for CPU unless you have like the latest end, what do you call it? Intel stuff. I think there's a specific Intel format for running it on Intel CPUs. It's not going to be as fast as a graphics card. And then there's the Apple stuff. You can export it. You can export the YOLO models for Apple Silicon. I haven't personally done any testing yet. We are going to add macOS support to the launcher, and everything that that the launcher can do will work on macOS. I don't know how fast it is, but I would imagine it works pretty well and that will be running on their SoC, right? Not really a CPU, because they have their own dedicated neural engine that you'll be using. But yeah, don't be running these on your CPU only. I didn't even look into TensorRT sparse. I think most likely I'm guessing the proper way. I'm guessing the proper way is to sparse it on Onyx. Onyx sparse your model. Because I'm pretty sure there were options for sparsing on here. Let's go to the export file. I think they changed their export file. Let's go to V5. YOLO V5. Yeah, for some reason my launcher seems to exit out when it tries to export a model, but I'm unable to run all the. But I'm able to run all the others fine manually. I don't know what that means. Are you on an AMD card? Is this like Christmas music? Okay, right here are our options. So there's optimize right here. No, this is for torch script. So we already do half precision, which is already giving you a big performance increase. So this is going to be for those people who want to do CPU only. All right, you can do this stuff. OpenVINO, I believe, is the Intel stuff I was talking about. So if you want to do CPU only, this is what you need to do. All right. Okay, dynamic axis, that's for making so it's not hard-coded. Simplify. Okay, simplify. I think this is it right here. I think simplify is for sparsing your models. So I think if you simplify, you'll actually get performance increases. If I'm not mistaken. TensorRT, verbose, workspace. Yeah, the rest are going to be TFJS stuff, so you don't need to worry about that. So simplifies is an option we're not currently using. You are free to use it. It should, technically, it should give you performance increases, right? So go ahead and explore it on your own time and see if it, I mean, we can go ahead. It takes like 2 seconds to export an Onyx model, so I guess we can go ahead and just test it real quick. 1 second. All right. So yeah, simplify, you should be able to just add it and it should just work. So we can go ahead and test it right now. It's not gonna be that accurate because we're streaming in 2 different places, but we can try it out anyways. So let's go ahead and cd up, cd into bot. And then here we have models. So let's go ahead and find our export script. Where is our export script at? AI Aimbot. And let's go ahead and grab. That's not it. Here we go. Let's paste that, and we're going to want to change this to Onyx, and then simplify, and V8 PT, or V5 PT, yep, we got that. Okay, let's go ahead and run this. It should now sparse out the Onyx model, so it should give us better performance. We can go and test it right here live on what the performance difference is. So it said right here that it's definitely tracking, what do you call it, simplify as true. So it's going to go ahead, not found. Okay, it's going to go ahead and update our Onyx GPU. I thought I had Onyx GPU in here, but I guess not. What other questions do you guys have while this is running? Looks like it worked. I don't see. I wonder if simplified actually worked or not. Let's go ahead and rename this to simple. And then let's rename, let's do this again without simplify and see if there's a difference in regards to size between them. Much love. Thanks for the hard work. You guys, trust me, we're not working hard on this. We're not working. What we're working hard on is the launcher and what we're adding to launcher. Again, the aimbot stuff is nothing to us, right? The aimbot stuff is nothing to us. It's easy. It's not hard. It's easy to do. Okay, let's show in, like, we're not even close to there yet. It's the extra stuff you guys have not fully seen yet. That stuff's gonna be awesome. All right, model difference, simplify. There is simple and non-simple version. There is a difference. There is a difference. So let's go ahead and run them and see. There's a difference in size, but the simple one is actually larger. Let's go ahead and go to models in here, and let's clone it as these ones. So I'm going to copy that name, and we're going to copy this one over, and we're going to copy this one over. All right, this one we're going to delete, and we're going to paste this one's name here. Okay, so now when we run V5 base small, it should be running our simplified one. So let's use the launcher to run V5 base small and Onyx. Okay, let's go ahead and run this and make sure this is 320 by 320. Let's display CPS. Let's turn off visuals and let's see how this does. Let's launch and let's see what CPS we get and if there's even a difference and how big the difference is. Okay, this just re-exported the model. I guess we didn't name it correctly. Are we running medium? Oh, it's running medium engine. Gosh darn it. I thought I changed that. Faster, small. Okay, now it's running properly. Okay, it's running, and let's go ahead and select 5 here. and we're getting 12, 15, 13 CPS. All right, I don't know why. Onyx sometimes does great for me and it does bad. It's particularly, what is my settings right now for it actually? I don't know why, but I swear sometimes I get better when I use the AMD one. Let's change it to NVIDIA. And let's go ahead and make sure we change that to fast S. Yeah, it is kind of annoying. You guys do have to change that every time if you click on something. It doesn't remember, right? We'll add some nicety stuff so it's not as annoying later on. Okay, 5. There we go. All right, so we're getting 36, 38, all right, 34. So we're getting like mid to high 30s, right? 40, 41, all right? Mid to high 40s right now, mid to high 40s. So let's go ahead and end this. I think I put it as the A key. So mid to high 40s on this one. Let's go ahead and try the normal one. That was the simplified one, all right? That was simplified. And so let's change this to simple. And now let's take this name and let's add it to the one that's not simplified. So this one is not simplified, right? As you can see, there's a slight difference between them. So let's try this again with the one that's not simplified and see what the performance difference is. So 5 faster. Okay, this should work. All right. Let's see what it does. And let's go ahead and choose 6 here. $50, $36, $36, $34. So it maybe, yeah, like it looks like there may be a slight performance improvement. I'm moving my mouse around because it slows down DX cam if you do that. So it looks like there maybe is a slight improvement, but it's so small, I couldn't even tell you because it looks pretty much similar. Before, I don't know, we were getting pretty much the same before. Sometimes it would touch 40, like it does touch 40 a couple times here, but like if I stop moving my mouse, you'll see it goes up. This is why I move my mouse, because as you can see, it caches. So if it's cache, then it's good. But if I move my mouse around, you'll see it drops. So move your mouse around to get realistic results. Yeah, so I don't know. They look the same to me. There are other ways to do sparsing. So that is definitely something you should look into to improve your models. All right, what other questions do you guys got? What things are questions, comments, concerns, things you want us to add, things you want us to change on the launcher? If you think of stuff after the fact, that's fine. Add us, all right? Let us know. Hey, this is a nonprofit, all right? Anyone can volunteer and contribute to the goal and help the nonprofit forward. So if you think something should be changed verbiage-wise, look-wise, etc., just let us know. All right. I don't see any other questions, so that's all I got for you guys. If you do have more questions, just let us know in the Discord, and I'll see you guys on the next one.